not too long ago in a previous video, we talked about decluttering and downsizing our lives, getting rid of all this stuff that we have accumulated over the past 40 odd years. But the big question really remained, what were we going to do about the house we owned here in Toronto?
You have to stick around because on this video, we are going to share with you the pros and cons of going through this process of selling a house, our experience and our journey. And at the end, we are going to tell you what we have done. You might be surprised.
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy decision, right? Whether you're going to maintain and keep the largest asset you've come to own in your entire lives,
Yep.
or are you going to sell it? And there's very good reasons for both sides of that, but we're going to go over what we viewed as the pros and the cons.
What is the first pro?
So the first one is financial freedom. So financial freedom in the sense that you're no longer paying for your mortgage, your bills, the maintenance costs, stuff like that. And it really does, by selling your home, provide you a financial boost in order to be able to, in our case, travel the world and experience new locations and places to live. The money we receive if we sell the house will go into an investment fund that continues to grow and provide financial stability for us.
The second pro is flexibility. I'm going to tell you a story that happened not long ago. We decided to go out for a weekend and we left our home. Beautiful day, and then throughout the trip, the weather changed, right? We were actually in the United States and we were there for a weekend. And when we were at the hotel, I actually thought, let me look and see what's going on with the temperature back in Toronto. By the way, we are in Canada. So I looked at the camera and I saw the pile of snow that we had in our place. And I told Christine, holy crap, you gotta go back home. You gotta go back because you have to shovel the snow. We have to keep the driveway clean, which we do share with our neighbors. And this is the kind of flexibility that we thought that it'll be important for us, and not having to do these things, always have to come back home because something else that is out of your control
Needs
just
to be
happened,
done.
right?
Yeah. And the third pro that we're going to kind of go over today is really the minimalism that came from decluttering and getting rid of our stuff. It's very liberating when you, not to say that we got rid of everything, because we did keep things that were very meaningful and sentimental to us, but we really realized that we were surrounded by stuff that really had no meaning. So it was very liberating to kind of minimize all of our belongings and get rid of that. So now we don't have to, well, we don't have to maintain that stuff either, right? Cars and everything like that.
Yeah, it totally makes sense, but it's not only the pros, we also have the cons. But before talking about the cons, just a little bit about ourselves. We live in Canada, we don't have kids, and we started our journey to financial independence back in 2019. We decided to stop working and start traveling the world, and that's why we are going through this process of selling or not selling. We talk about the pros, but what about the cons? Do we have any cons at all?
Some of the cons that may surround selling your home are really market risks. And I think a lot of people have maybe experienced this in the past few years with interest rates on the rise, the value of homes has gone down. And to a certain extent, we've also seen that here in Toronto. If you go back to some of our net worth videos a few years ago, we had a value on our home of over $1 million. That's what the bank told us at the time the house would probably be worth. And honestly, had we sold at that time, we probably would have achieved that number, if not more. Over the past few years, interest rates have gone up, and therefore market values have decreased. And so that's one of the risks. If you're going to be selling your house, you really are tied to the market, and there is that market risk there that you're not going to receive as much money for your home as you believe it is worth.
Yeah, the second con that we see is the emotional aspect of it, right? So you create your roots within your community. with your neighbors, and by the time that you just sell your place, you are not gonna get there anymore. You might be thinking about all the times that the family came to visit and spend time with you, being outside, doing a barbecue, or even inside for like those festivities like Christmas, Easter, and all of this stuff. By selling your place, you are not gonna have that
Yeah,
anymore.
it's like you're selling your memories, I guess, for some people, right?
Yeah.
I think Jean and I are kind of lucky. We don't have an emotion. Yes, this is the first home we've shared together as a couple and as a married partnership. But neither one of us has ever really formed attachments to
No.
a home.
Mhm.
We form the attachments to the memories we make, and then that's it.
Yeah. Before you go into the third one, let me see if it's still recording.
So we keep doing this because last week we tried to do this video and it kept
Yeah.
deleting us.
Yeah, we are not gonna cut. You can see how it works. It's recording still. Let's go
Excellent.
to the third con.
Yeah, and the third con is if you sell, you're kind of giving up that stability factor.
Yeah.
You will no longer have a place to come back to unless you're renting or have family. In our case, we have family that we'll be able
Yeah.
to come back and stay with. But you also have to take into account that your home is gone, your place of stability is no longer there, and you're now relying upon others if you want to come back for any extended period of time to stay with them. In our case, we will stay with friends and family, but if we come back for an extended period of time, we'll rent something because I don't think it's fair for other people to take us on. But it's hard for some people to give that stability and that comfort up.
Yeah. So that's what we went through with the pros and cons since we started back in 2019 until to the point where we thought, what are we going to do? So we basically have to look at the real estate prices and what is going on within the city after COVID as we do record now. We also talk with the bank. Are gonna be any sort of fees that we have to pay? As I did say before, we weighed the pros and cons. What else did we do?
We decided to sell.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
So we have come to the decision that rather than keep and rent out our home like had been previously anticipated, we will be selling our home here in Toronto.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of a process in order to be able to accomplish this goal. We rent out or had rented out the upper level of our home. So we really had to give those tenants sufficient notice to be able to find somewhere else to go. And I think we were quite lucky with the individual that we had upstairs because it had already been established from the very get-go that this might be a possibility, and they were aware. So there was no issues. We actually gave them like 90 days notice, but he was out and they were all out within the 60 days. So
within the 60 days.
yeah, by the end of January, they were all gone.
Yeah. The second process that we have to go through is decluttering, which we have been doing this for quite some time. As Christine mentioned, we were living upstairs. We decided to come and live downstairs. As a result, part of the stuff that we had upstairs we had to get rid of because it wouldn't fit in our lower unit. But
it's been a long process. There's a lot of stuff, guys.
There is a lot of stuff that you don't even realize the amount of things that we have around you. So we started this process with decluttering. I don't even know how many times we went to
Goodwill.
Was there Goodwill?
The
Yeah,
dump.
yeah.
We sold stuff.
We sold stuff.
Crazy. Gave stuff away. Yeah.
And we are barely living with the minimum of the minimum stuff now.
And then it's the process of getting your home ready, right? So that includes all the little maintenance things that you have to repair or painting that needs to be done, the deep cleaning that needs to be done, because I will not sell a house with dirty baseboards.
No, I know, but at the same time, the same love that we have to our place, we also want the new owners to have the same kind of stuff. And I even told Christine that some of the things that we do, it kind of make memorable. What we are going to do since we decided to sell the house is I want to give them like a really beautiful, kind of gift card with saying, thank you very much. We have a lovely time here. We also hope that you have a lovely time with a bottle of wine. Those things are memorable. It's not something that you're going to find I don't know, maybe we do. Do you do this when you sell your place? Share in the comments below. While you talk, I'm going to keep looking again. It's recorded.
We're a little stressed out in case you hadn't noticed.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why, we haven't released the video last weekend because when we tried to do this,
mhm.
it didn't work. Yeah. Anyway,
So we decided to sell the house. We prepared the house to be sold, and then obviously the outcome. So we listed the home on our home on a Thursday afternoon,
yeah,
and it was sold by Saturday at 2 p.m.
yes.
So it was very fast.
Yeah. By the time that we had the house listed at the MLS, it was Thursday.
Mhm.
We had a few bookings for Friday throughout the day, right?
Mhm.
So we even received offers on Friday
Yeah.
evening, and I mean, we were sleeping, we were not ready for that yet, but we kept receiving, the notification saying, "Can you confirm that?" We can see like an opening throughout the day. On Saturday, actually, we had to leave our place and go somewhere because, it was like visitors back to back to back.
Yeah. And then at 2 o'clock, we decided that this was the offer that we were going to take.
Mm-hmm.
And it was signed back, and the house was sold, which is really exciting. And we received more than we anticipated in our net worth, but those same net worth videos, we had dropped the value of the home. So
Here's something we haven't been able to say in a long time. The average price of a home in Canada fell last year. The Canadian Real Estate Association has reported its sales for December, and prices dropped a record 12%.
So we were able to actually sell it for more than what we had believed our home to be worth, which is nice.
Yeah.
But it's been a bit unnerving to realize that now we have no home. We're kind of living in somebody else's space now.
Yes, but
That's okay. It's still exciting.
it doesn't mean that we can't sell. I mean, we can sell. I mean, we can buy another place. I don't think it is gonna be in Toronto, so we have those measures in place if we want to. Is it our plan? No. And we also have another place, not in
Brazil.
Canada, but we do have a place in Brazil that we can kind of call home if we want to. And I mean, I hope that we're gonna spend some time there as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's been a process. It hasn't been an easy decision to make whether we were going to keep the home here because it is a massive asset and rent it out, or if we were going to sell it. But I think at the end of the day, for pretty much probably for me, it was more, I didn't want the stress of having to worry about a place here and all the things that could go wrong. I get it. We could have had a property manager, but we still would have been on the hook for those financial items that could need to be fixed: a furnace, air conditioner, roof, windows, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Those are massive expenses. And we really didn't want to have to worry about that in the first 5 to 10 years of this new journey.
Yes. So that's one of the things that we have learned, right? Another one is the amount of stuff that we do have without even realizing. I'm not even gonna get into the details. Just look around you, see what you have, and go open your closet. At least for me, as a man, I don't know if it's with ladies is the same or not. The amount of stuff that we have that you don't even wore like I don't know how many years ago.
And I think that what we've realized and learned is that owning a home was one of the reasons why we have been able to achieve financial independence so quickly. We only started this journey about 4.5 years ago now. And the fact that we were able to utilize the equity in our home using the Smith maneuver, for those here in Canada, has really propelled our investment journey in the past 4 years. It's allowed us to build that base of investments and build out that passive income stream in order for us to be able to really sell everything, quit our jobs, and start traveling and living out new dreams of our lives, right?
Yes. Keep
So
talking.
the Smith maneuver will be over. However, we still have all of the investments that we have purchased with the equity from this home. And then the additional amount that we will receive once all the debts have been paid off will be added in to those investments as well, just to boost them up and grow a little bit as we wait and see if we need something new.
Yeah.
So lots learned, very exciting. I think Jean's going to link a video if you want to see all the decluttering that we did and how we went about it. So take a look there. But we're excited. We are only weeks away, really, from starting our new travel journeys. So we hope you guys will all join us as well for those.
Stay well, stay safe, and we'll see you in our next video.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Bye.